And we're off with our lower bracket final. We're in our top 3. It's time to figure out who's going to be the top 2. Narrow it down one step further. Refine it. Distill it, John. Like the finest of beverages. Right now, EG going heavy into the connector. Try and cook up something of their own.
EG's map pick here of Overpass, and George is going to get the opening frag onto Mistim. Nice little shot there. It opens up a lot of space in the connector, but does give ATK a decent amount of information, and they're set up to deny this should EG come up from connector towards the A site, but it looks like they're still not committed in either direction. They want to bide their time a little bit, wait for another P to come through potentially. Well, Hext has upgraded himself to that USP to get the range advantage.
Odin? Oh, nice tap. Ping disadvantage or not, he's still got the 1 taps. With DJ with this control, I mean, things get a little bit hairy. Even just his presence is enough to annoy them. Junior watching for it. Ready for it. Junior going to get that kill. That alleviates a lot of pressure, but they're already out in towards B, so it's not going to change their course. The bomb's here. The bomb's down. Uh-oh. Getting spicy. Junior not close at hand. He needs to join the fight with Walco. Fight with his in-game leader. Fight with his captain. Well, his captain no more. Oh, captain. Not his captain. A 1v2 for Junior. Bomb down. 20 seconds. Time pressure is becoming a thing. Needs to find his kill on Swisher. His position known. Oh, and now he knows both. Now he knows both, but it doesn't matter. Swisher executes.
Wow, good job by ATK to recover after that start for EG, right? They get the opener onto Mistim, but Rek, I mean, we talked about him so very much, how big he's been for ATK. I would argue the most impactful player here on this roster, even though the stats might not say that. I think he has been very, very impactful and important to them in critical rounds, and he's done it again there. I know it's just the first round, but still, they need to get off to a hot start against EG, which they could not do on any map in the previous engagement. If you guys recall, it was 6-2 in favor of EG on all 3 maps, and ATK had to come back every single time. Nate's going to get tossed here. Hext taken down there by Bowden. 5v4 quickly. The SMG's looking to farm a little bit of cash, and they're going aggressive here. I mean, I guess as they should, because just Glocks are up against them. There you have it. It is just a feast for the MP9s, and all the money goes the way of the SMGs.
3 kills for Podmaster as well. That's a handy $1,800 in the back pocket. And, I mean, the truest of bonus rounds. SMGs out the wazoo. They seem like they're going to double down. With everybody surviving, it makes sense. You get a buy in the tank pretty much regardless of what happens. At least a half buy here. So, let's get cheeky with the util. Full HEs. I want to see some nade stacks, John. I'm ready. My body is very ready.
Well, we'll see how they decide to deploy those nades. EG.
Oh, Nate did nothing. Nate did nothing
There's one.
too.
Yeah.
What? It didn't hit anybody.
At least they tried.
Yeah, but I want to see impact, John. I want to see impact nades. And we're down to just one.
I'm sure we'll get there eventually. More on the
Okay.
T side that you get those impact nades, right?
Sometimes. I mean, you think of the Astralis nades, certainly.
Yeah,
Somebody's
exactly.
holding there. But if you hold for a monster push, and then as soon as you hear monster, you throw, that's a great nade stack.
That is true. That is true.
Fancy when they know they have HEs. They want to throw them right in the first seconds of the round.
That will change in Counter-Strike 2.
That's true. Everybody going to be holding them for the smoke interrupts. Yeah, they're very big fans of the Star Wars sequels. The Snoke interrupt. That's what they call a lightsaber.
Is that what they call it?
It did interrupt Snoke.
Well, that's true.
I like how they built him up as this huge villain, and then they just were like, yeah, he's dead. Did he do anything? No.
No.
All good. He's dead now. He was just like a big mutant thing. We never explained that either. Never contextualized who or what he was. We just killed him before he mattered. Hext. He's trying to change this plot. Taking down on, but that's a nice bit of impact from Mistim. 1.5 found with the MP9, soften them up, and they're not going to expect DJ to be this tight to the angle. DJ with 1. Oh, the lineup for Swisher. That 1M4 comes in strong. And George, he was meant to be the linchpin for the post plan. He was meant to be the guy who sneaks up, but now he's out of time, he's out of chances, he's out of life, and he can't face after time. He'll get that kill, but that's it. Just a little bit of economic damage, but that round, ATK doesn't care how many they take through. They're just thrilled they got it with the SMGs.
Yeah, that's a bonus round, and they lost all their SMGs, yes, but they didn't really invest much into that round, so they've got 6K pretty much across the board here before their initial investment comes through. So yes, it will go down, but Bowden, along with DJ, did manage to save a little bit of money. Bowden in particular at 5.6K, so that helps. Certainly it's not a buy up in the bank, but it will help on a half buy immensely should EG come out here and take the round. The thing is, their investment came in round number 2. Now, they've only got the half buy. George did save the AK, of course, but everyone else just on the deagles and maybe some armor. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, no bomb plant, right? George with
Yeah,
the lack of loss bonus. It's a really tough situation. And you gave Bowden the free op, so he didn't even have to buy into that.
That's crazy.
Everything's grand if you're ATK.
And I mean...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, looking at the raw stats for ATK on Overpass, it's not good. 3 and 6 over the last 3 months, and a minus 30 round differential make us their worst map in the pool, or almost worst map. Vertigo's worse. Okay.
All right, Hex finding one. Hex dead, though. Gone unretrievable for the moment. DJ starting to chime back in. That's a ripper of a shot. Goodbye, DJ.
That's an upgrade, too.
Yeah, keeping this round very much in doubt. They don't have a path towards B is the thing. That connector rotate is sealed off. But it's Bowden who they're threatening, right? And as we've established, if Bowden misses this first, it's very hard to get back into the fight. Grek is going to come up to support him. Finds one on the long face. Does he expect the second? Well, it won't matter. He'll readjust to a more passive angle. Taking a chill pill with this one, and Junior now dropped on down means it's all on to Rush, who has no idea there's a player Optimus.
Wow. Well, I mean, EG didn't really have that much into the round, but still, that was pretty clinical from ATK, despite a couple of nice deagle shots. One from Hex, and I think Junior's was nicer, that beautiful headshot that came through. The thing is, surprisingly, Bowden, 6-0, hitting a couple of op shots there. Yeah. I mean, if Bowden can play the way he usually does when he's in North America, in Sweden with 120 ping, thumbs up. That's fantastic for ATK.
Probably not going to be on the exact same standard, but he's adjusting to the ping, right?
Exactly.
Especially because they were coming back from LAN, where there's no ping to be concerned with. Even just adjusting from that to the 40 ping that you have on a regular basis, it's a big difference. Speaking of big differences, killing 2 at the beginning of this one is a big difference. Hex has now delivered an opener in the last 3 rounds.
I told you, he's their opening fragger now. It's quite clear.
This time he gets 2, so that's even better. They weren't able to seal any of the previous ones, but this is a substantial advantage, and it's going to force a rotation. It might even force a little bit of a gamble out here. Swisher, unable to seal the deal on that one. Got double peaked, got dropped. And that should mean wherever EG go, not going to be an ideal defense. As they clear some space towards A, as George continues to not find contact, could just be the free and clear site.
I feel like they're more postured towards B with more manpower there, so they're probably going to go there anyway.
They are indeed. DJ's just taking the monster player. Second one down. Now, the rotate has to come in. They know both are here, but they won't win this race. I don't think so. I think Bowden Master can get back into the angle. It might be a little tricky. And if they seal the choke points... Oh, he's there in time! That's exactly what I'm talking about. He could just beat them on the timing. And now he sets up a really prime retake rush. That's a big fight to win. Bad on the initial spray, but I mean, he's up against an op, so living with 2 and living with 50, it ain't gonna really make a difference. If you get shot, you're dead. Bowden creeping. Retaken with 120 ping against 2. It's a tough ask, if anyone.
Yeah.
And Rush will be able to take this one home.
I mean, Bowden did the work in that round to give his team a chance at the very least with a couple of nice frags, and the one onto Dicebox, it felt like the ping helped him out a little bit there because it looked like the player was almost past Dicebox at that point, but you know, on his screen there was still a chance to hit the shot and it connected. So ATK lose their first, still not the worst of situations because they did manage to do a decent amount of damage against Evil Geniuses, and I think Junior or George? George is trying to juggle an op here with an AK. I'm not sure if he just wants to get rid of it at some point, but yeah, there are a couple ops here available for Evil Geniuses. Anyway, they're going to move into connector. 3 players there. DJ with the Deagle. He's got company as well. Bowden comes out with them, and they get 2. They could get more here. Junior's got to be careful. He's isolated now. He's trying to get away. Reinforcements are coming. George saves his bacon, but takes so much damage in the process.
Hex has to be the hero here. He's the only healthy player. Everybody else is so vulnerable to the pistols now. Missed him on the angle, but just with a USP. He's not going to want this fight. Not going to want this action, but if Hex is looking the other way, it doesn't matter. Oh, the healthy player's out now. They know DJ's somewhere up top. They know Mistim is somewhere down low, but past that, they know nothing. And with Mistim getting an upgrade as well, this has turned into an absolute nightmare for the Geniuses. They're going to need every ounce of that brain power to see their way out of this one.
Junior pre-firing there, giving away information. I don't know if they're close enough to hear it, but still.
I mean, they knew they were in connector, right?
Yeah.
So it's not too much of a casualty. It does give some confirmation that they're shifting up, and it's going to be DJ with the contact, and DJ sprays down both. Op can be salvaged. This round stolen away. The Evil Geniuses, they are stumped.
That was just pistols. I mean, just pistols barreling down a Deagle and a P250. You're going to see it again here because you need to. It was so critical for ATK to find those and all the damage done. Yes, George makes it a 3v2, but he goes down to 8 HP in the process, and then Hex just couldn't figure out where he's being shot from. So all those USP bullets, sure, they don't do that much damage, but chipping away, they finally do get that frag, and that means an upgrade, of course, for Mistim, and well, the result is another round victor for ATK, who are finally off to a hot start against an EG squad that they were stumped by previously. Hex and Rush, though, are going to do it with the pistols now. 2 Tech 9 frags, and they might have space onto the site. Bowden does deny them a little bit. Did they get the bomb to cross yet? Not yet.
There it is.
There it
is. Made it away. Bowden wasn't quite peaked for it. This is a really tough retake up against the pistols. With the limiting factor, EG don't have to fight, and provided they don't, ATK may not even opt to do this, right? There's a little bit of money to spare, but it's far from ideal. This is a toughie here. Water they go. There's the first cleanup. Realize that this range is clear. George gets 1. Swisher making some noise, finding the headshot. Swisher brings it down to just 1. Bones committed. Junior's heard this drop down. He's making no secret of this, and Junior wins it. Knows he has it on the ping advantage still. That one just ekes through, but it was a partial buy. It was an eco. That is a massive boon.
Yeah, what a coup for the Evil Geniuses to get that second one, and ATK had to invest pretty heavily into that previous round, and look at this, their money, it's still good. Bowden still got 8.3k, but eventually it's going to run out, and Bowden has to invest in that op, right? So that's 4750.
Presumably he might take a bit of a hit because Rek needs to buy. I think Swisher needs to buy as well. It's a little rough here.
Yeah. As you're seeing Junior get that clutch again. Junior has been so very impressive. Usually, you know, you start off the playoffs and you have some pretty crazy numbers. Like you have a 1.5 KDR, but eventually, you know, time goes on, maps get played, and it goes down. It's the opposite for Junior. He had a 1.5 KDR in the previous series, and then after that BO3 last night, he went up by 0.11. He's at a 1.61 KDR now with ADR that also went up by plus 4.5 to 82.7. He leads the team in both those categories. He has been amazing.
They need some more of it. They need some more of it tonight because apparently Bowden's come to play. He's in the matrix now. He's adjusted to the ping. Predicting when
he sees the code.
The big problem in this one is the utility. There's a single Molotov. There's 2 smokes at this point. Some flashes. No kits. It's going to be very difficult for ATK if this turns into a prolonged engagement or, God forbid for them, it turns into a retake. So, Hex has been doing a great job of getting those first engagements, getting those first kills. Yep. ATK would like to get an opener.
Bowden settling for the scout. In fact, we talked about the fact that he might want to drop for his teammates, and that's very selfless.
DJ's passed the molly, so he didn't tick it. He didn't give any information. Timing going to be interesting here. Bowden's down for the count, though. Junior finds that. That's a big kill. But do they overlook DJ's position? No, they're wise to it. Good awareness from Walco. It's an obvious one, but it's one that's often overlooked. Swisher will bring that back at the cost of much of his health. Means that this is a path towards the A site. Ooh, Shadow giving away Hex. Swisher lost. This is an interesting round.
Yeah, that was a very interesting spray for Mistim. Couldn't really lock it down.
All good.
But he got it. He got it.
Mistim's gone around the world. I think Mistim might have read, based on how long it took to get that bomb down, that there's a possibility they left it behind, but now they've already retrieved it.
They got it, yeah.
In the nick of time. The thing is, if they can pinch Junior top con... Oh, if this player goes top con... No, Mistim's going to go all the way around. And instead of having a free catch, it's going to be Junior who picks up the frag. Missed opportunity for Mistim. And then looking long, he's been spotted. He gets the first, but that was the low HP player. I think he just dropped to a less reloaded gun.
He might have, yes. Took a risk.
He's bailing. He's bailing. Doesn't have the time for this. Not without the kit.
I mean, I love the effort there from Mistim. Maybe if he reroutes and joins his teammate, we have a different round here. Like you said, Junior would have been completely blindsided. He was not holding the angle for party, right?
But no way to know that, of course.
No, of course not, but it is what it is. Third round going to be picked up here for EG. Second in a row. They're starting to get potentially on a bit of a run here. Money is done for ATK. They did save the 1A, 1S, but outside of that, it's just going to be pistols, likely USPs. As we get going here in round number 9, and indeed just the USPs. But one rifle is enough if you put it in the right place and you get a little lucky.
A lot lucky, perhaps. They need a little more than just a teens in this one. I'll go for the stack on towards B. This is a read, looking for a fight. They know that Hex sometimes plays isolated here, so it's not a terrible read. Hex is just
nice
backed
boost.
out of this angle.
Oh, the boost was the right idea, though.
Yeah, it's cheeky. You could still catch him. He's coming forward. Can't put a fit out of place here, Hexed. Of course, in this kind of situation, if they open con, you're dead, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, and they are moving towards the empty side of the map. So good read for EG.
There's still a couple of players here. I think they've rotated back now. You have Bowden along with DJ, but it is more the empty side because there's no rifle here. Although it could rotate back, and yeah, Mistim's going to come back to the A side. They haven't seen much towards B. In fact, they cleared really deep into Monster. That's wreck there. So that means that the stack has now shifted towards A, which is likely EG's final destination, unless they get some sort of inkling that this is happening. Swisher throwing the flashbang. Here comes the execute from the evil geniuses. They will be challenged by the A1S.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
a couple of frags immediately. And Mistim gets a second, a third on the round for his squad. It's a 4v2.
This is falling apart. This is getting weird. Bowden. Oh, the ping. He couldn't catch it off. Would have had that headshot every day of the week, but the bombs dropped. Walco has to try recovery. He's only got 20 seconds to do so. Guns are picked up. Mistim has the op. Swisher's still here by the dice box. Walco so wary. 15 seconds. He's found the first. Looking for a response. Looking to bait it. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
He might just do this on the frags, but he hasn't seen the last, and Swisher will just about bring him down. A single saved rifle, 4 pistols. We said they need a heaping dose of luck. Well, it turns out a timely rotation may have been all they needed indeed, and one pesky little flashbang.
Wow. I mean, look, they made their own luck, I think, in that round, right? Good reads, good aggression by Rec to get that information saying, okay, guys, no one's here. Go back to the A site. If someone does get here, at least you'll know because I'm going to be pushed up all the way in the back of Monster, right? So there's one good thing that they did. Then the rotation around, keeping the A1S up and running, kind of insulating it, right? And supporting Mistim. DJ was right there. The flashbang was fantastic. They got 2 frags. The second one, maybe a little bit of luck there that they managed to rotate around, but it's also them generating that because it was good aggression, timely in fact. So a 6th round picked up by ATK. They do not want to give EG the momentum that they're looking for here on their T side.
Yeah, done a great job of limiting EG, and EG
that was
maybe limiting themselves, perhaps.
For sure. 4 USPs. The
4
A1S.
USPs. 4 USPs. The A1S only got kills,
2.
but
yeah.
the USPs were lights out.
Critical.
Lights out. Yeah. My goodness. ATK, I mean, this is reminding us of ATK in the last series against EG, right? They don't know when to say die. They don't know when to say quit. Any round is a possibility. Mistim's got this deep angle as well. This is going to be really interesting in towards construction. Swisher's jump spotting to give his captain a little bit of advance warning. We'll clear out this composition, but that sets up Mistim. So Walco now down for the count and opening for ATK, something that's been very hard for them to find in these rifle rounds. And a follow-up on top of that. Mistim gets confirmation of a third player's position. He wants another dip, and he's got it.
Wow, Mistim.
All right, Mistim, just assert yourself. Who needs to call strats if you just kill everybody yourself? Might finally be down for the count. He is indeed, but he set up his team beautifully into this round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that frag's going to matter too much here for the Evil Geniuses. Mistim, another 3K, second in a row. Now you have George and Rush thinking, well, I mean, we fully invest in this round. We could save. Is there a possibility of pulling this off? That's what they're asking themselves with that utility they've got left.
Give it a look. You don't want to let that economy get super healthy on the other side either. Life gets a lot more difficult if they've got every toy available. Swisher deletes the first. That drops the bomb forward as well. So confirmation, and why not? Swisher will just finish off the last as well. Looking clean as can be in those engagements. 4-round lead here for ATK. And reminder, we talked about it. This was the change up in the veto for EG, right? Bringing us to Overpass instead of Vertigo. And maybe we're seeing some of the reasons they didn't initially pick Overpass. First meet.
I think they picked, wasn't it Inferno last time?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
But I
Vertigo was
just
the third round. Yeah.
Yeah, but get out of here with your facts and your logic, John. It sounds like Gower Dog.
Either way, they did mix it up, and it's not looking good so far.
Missed him? Oh, missed him looking
More
so
missed
good.
him?
One of the things that's interesting about Mistim.
Yeah.
We'll see if he gets killed here. He's not going to get killed here, at least for the moment. So Walco desperately tries to blow on those flames. A lot is made of the difficulty of finding fragging IGLs, right? Mm-hmm. And the necessity to have damage output in the modern era of Counter-Strike where everyone's so highly skilled from your IGL. At least at the NA level, Mistim shows it very well. I think it was a little more inconsistent in their Pro League campaign, but obviously everyone was a little more inconsistent in their Pro League campaign. But Mistim, to me, is somebody who, since last fall, really, when they made some shift arounds in the structure of their team, and he seemed to just gel into his zone and put a focus on his individual play, has been lights out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd say over the last 6 months, he's been fantastic, and he's second on the team in the playoffs in frags, 153, only 4 or 5 behind Swisher, who's at 158. So yeah, he's IGLing and having an impact in terms of the fragging duties. Junior, though, is gonna wake up here into this round with that big green to take down Bowden over the top of that smoke. That's a quick 5v4 that the Evil Geniuses haven't found many of here so far in this first half. And let's not forget, of course, Overpass is a CT-sided map, so you get 5 here on T-side. It's pretty good. Walco getting spotted out or getting information.
He can't die here. He can't die in this engagement. They've got the bomb, John.
Do they know?
They know. Oh, yeah. I mean, they spotted it definitely on the mini-maps. They would have seen it in the engagement with Walco, so this is a lot of control. That's a great kill from Swisher, and you can see now that Swisher's guaranteed that with the construction. He can keep Rhett comfortable. Rhett can focus forward. They don't need to worry about this. Swisher will come to join his teammate. It's going to be the connected push that maybe could make this interesting, but once they start to take contact, that's going to suck DJ forward to try and hold off the flank. There's a lot of opportunities here for ATK, and they're clearing, they're clearing, they're clearing. If they get this kill on Junior while he's isolated, but they're not going to go for that look. Instead, in towards the tunnel goes Swisher. He spots. Flashbang, ineffective. Doesn't catch it. Oh, they line up for him.
Oh,
they line up. Swisher shuts this round down. Junior's just looking to keep his op alive. Disaster.
Oh, my goodness. That's catastrophic. I mean, there are a few things that went wrong there. One is Walco being by his lonesome with the bomb. There's no problem with his positioning, but just put the bomb in tunnels or leave it behind you. Don't go out with it by yourself without having at least someone nearby to pick it up or try and get that trade if you go down. And well, that was the first mistake. The second one, I don't know where they expected that flash to go. I mean, the train tracks have been there for a very long time, and it just landed right on top of them. Completely missed it. And well, they didn't expect Swisher to have full visibility, so that's why they double swung around the corner. And of course, with Swisher not having any hindrance from that flashbang, he's a 2K. 9-3 for ATK. Even though it started off so well for the Evil Geniuses, that was just a couple of errors that cost them big time. As I was trying to say, Mike, before that madness, this is a CT-sided map, but
Yeah.
I think ATK are playing better than you would expect a CT side to.
They fluffed the turtle the turtle.
They're, oh, jeez. They need to call a timeout.
Maybe. Perhaps. This momentum certainly getting away from them. Double digits here would be massive. That's the expected result. That HE, not nearly as good as it looked. I just want HEs. Did you see? I don't know whether this is intended behavior or not, but someone posted the HE can move the bomb in CS2.
Really?
I saw a clip of the HE blowing the C4 out. I don't. That might be
That
an
doesn't seem
unintended consequence.
I think so. I think that's just something that they're going to fix as time
big
goes on.
kill.
Junior, another opener, though.
And Swisher down. Swisher's been their top frag by leaps and bounds. 15 and 6 to this point. That's a big clear out. Could have been risky for DJ. Tight angles against the pistol. Never an appetizing prospect. Now an advantage found. Well, the rifle will be picked up, and the op lives. The bomb's very isolated. Yeah, Bowden gets back around the corner. Ice skating in this one. Might be a dead man, and he's not quite. All right. Wreck coming in. The cavalry just in the nick of time, and missed him still holding for this rotation, but at some point he's going to get activated on the flank. There's 3 players here to defend. He's comfortable letting his teammates try and frag this one out, and that flashbang timing is lethal. Goodbye, Walco. George left to save this AWP.
Wow. Again, Junior opening frags in the last 2 rounds, but nothing coming of it. Probably going to go down as George. Yeah, he missed the shot. Wreck cleans him out. No op going to be saved. Double digits for ATK. 10-3. Yes, that wasn't a full investment for the Evil Geniuses, but, I mean, rounds are running out now for them in this first half. I'd say 5 is probably a minimum that they're going to need to be competitive once they switch over to their CT side. I mean, yes, they are very good on this map, in particular on the defensive end, but you need more than 3. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe they'll just win more rounds here because they got a couple to go. Hexed. Gonna toss a flashbang out for construction. Smoke thrown into the Molotov. And Rush takes a little bit of damage there.
Look at Swisher already pushing in towards playground. George has gone past him. This is going to be a really interesting interaction. George a little wary that this could be a possibility, having not seen contact just yet. But he could actually slip the net.
He's not watching this angle, though. He's watching long.
He is. Missed him, sprays down 2. It might not matter, especially as Swisher collects George. So there we go. He wins that fight to boot, and missed him's a rock here on the site. Bodies dropping every which way. Just the one remaining. That was an interesting piece.
Yeah.
I think Mistim was trying to bait for Rek to come in, and they got caught kind of setting that up. So there's a chance here for Walco, especially with DJ on 1 HP. It's not done yet.
He's got time, too.
A Molotov would be the riskiest thing for DJ right now. Certainly couldn't threaten it. Bolden's got the angles. There's no smoke for the cross. Oh, he found one. Never mind. Pick one off the bodies. It's a doubt in their mind, but he wants to try and catch them off guard here with a sewers wrap. Not looking for it. Doesn't commit. Doesn't commit fully. He's coming back around. They're thinking he might have rotated. Walco creeping into the angle. DJ, you're gone. You're gone, DJ. Soon as the flames lick his boot, he is annihilated. But this deep angle is so tough to clear. And Bowden on 120 ping, still good for it.
Wow, 11-3 for ATK. Evil Geniuses just cannot catch a break on this half. Mistim has been incredible when he's been tested. 14 frags. I mean, Swisher obviously at the top of the board with a 16-6 scoreline. We can see it again there. Mistim defending. They tried to do a little cheeky movement there to bait out that last player, and it almost cost them because Walco made it a 1v2, but at the end of the day, he just cannot overcome that deep positioning over in Sniper Nest, or Heaven, I should say, by Bowden. Junior. Oh, a wall bang onto Mistim. Very common attempt there, but he connects onto it, and that's another opening frag for Junior, which unfortunately for him, his team hasn't really been able to do much with them.
Yeah, and the utilities here. There's 3 players close at hand, 2 in towards the site, and the 3rd rotating in. They're in the right place at the right time. Rack, his position maybe being read. Timing's everything. Yup, trying to find contact. They've crossed
Oh,
Poden.
Poden,
All right,
what?
why not? Just roll the
What?
dice twice. Those are just smoke shots. He's just getting lucky, but why not? Now Rec activates because they don't have enough eyes to watch for him. There's
Oh my
just nothing
goodness,
going
Mike.
right for the evil geniuses. They better hope that luck resets at the half. We'll see you in a little bit. quite the first half for ATK.
Yeah.
Domination. 12-3 the scoreline, and the Evil Geniuses on their own map pick. Left wondering whether this was the right way to go in the veto.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. And given they're going on to Mirage, which, I mean, has been up and down for them, so to speak. It was a win against ATK last time, 16-12, but it wasn't a comfortable one at times. And, well, we'll see. This one's not over yet. I mean, it's still possible for EG to come back into it. Pistol round, kind of important. I know it's cliche, but it is in this case, 12-3. And look at this, ATK are being given the bomb site. EG are playing full-on retake, Mike, and ATK know it. They're trying to take some aggressive posturing to try and potentially isolate some players. Rush going down, and no, he gets one before he goes down for the count to the P250 of DJ, 4v4.
Oh my God, Swisher.
Goodness!
That second to third. This is a thing of beauty. Swisher is ascending to another level in his pistol round. He was so good in the first half, and he's looking to keep that right on chugging. Pistol round claimed by ATK. I mean, look, the setup was probably good enough to be resilient, even if Swisher goes one and done in that angle. But that kind of styling with the rifle, I mean, jeez Louise, it's just a Glock.
Yeah, that's wild. Swisher, 20-6. He has also been very good throughout these playoffs. The top frag, we already talked about it, but man, that's a play and a half, considering that Evil Genius need to get back into this one.
John, my guy is just excited for the release of the new John Wick movie. He's he's been watching some montages, some highlights, some trailers, and he's trying to do a little Keanu gunplay here. That's what that felt like.
It did. I'm excited for that movie too, by the way. It's gonna be good.
I don't know about that, but I do know that if Swisher's starring, I'm watching.
Well, he's starring in this match right now, no question. Top of the scoreboard on both teams with those 20 frags. And the closest to him has missed him at 15, who's also been really good. Oh boy, ATK in full control. Evil Geniuses can't force up either. They need a proper buy up in this next round, so they're just on 4 USPs and a P250, gamble stacking the B site, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the right call because Bowden, although he's being cautious and so is the rest of ATK, will realize this A site is free and clear for the taking, and likely as a result will win this round because once you're posted up there on the post plant and it's just pistols you're up against, yeah.
See if DJ can make some money here. Really wants at this point. Ooh, spots one. Doesn't want to quite get overwhelmed just yet. They'll rotate up, which is, hey, fair dinkum. Give it a try. I mean, there's a world. This is a little bit of a commit on the hunt for ATK, but they are whittling down the numbers. Breck still up top, and it's clean. Just never really even gave EG a chance to shoot back.
Jeez. All right. Well, running out of rounds, our EG. They will get a buy-up at the very least. It won't feature an op, which I'm sure Junior wants to get in his hands desperately, but he's going to have to settle for the A1S. 4 of them here for EG and the FAMAS. Also, we can't forget, this is probably Bowden's best performance so far in these playoffs of any map that they've played.
By a long shot. By a long shot. For the most part, he's been taking a back seat. He's been flashing for his teammates. He's just kind of been chilling, but it seems like either they're just saying, hey, you got to play like it don't matter and get confident, or he's just adjusted to the ping a little bit. Either way.
I think both, yeah.
It's impressive.
Truly.
Look at this control from Walco. This could be huge. It is allowing them to be very comfortable in this 4-man stack, and if the rotation comes in, Walco... Can it be held for? Missed him. No way he clears this. No way he clears this. It's just an SMG that's lost, and that actually triggers them into the rotate. They say, okay, Walco's pushed so deep. We're going to have a flank on, but if we just roll towards site, this could work out. And they're not wrong, per se. If they can catch Junior deep bank, there's a chance where this turns into a post plant.
Walco's going fast. Long.
He has to. He has to. Bomb's going to be down. Nothing Walco can do about that. He's dropped. He's taken out of place, so now they know they've got the flank. Question is, what can they get in terms of Junior? They clear him out. No, he's got one at the very least. He's making himself a nuisance. He's making this route a possibility, but he's dropped quickly. And now you have a decision to make. This would be 15 on for ATK. Do you risk these guns to try and pull back the 2v3, rotating in without kits? Or do you save and have a very, very meager buy around them in the next? There's a kit out towards long. It was on Walco, and they're pulling the plug. They're pulling the ripcord. They didn't get the look. They didn't get what they wanted. This is such a tough decision for EG. It's probably the right one, but God, it's a hard one to stomach.
Of course, yeah. You never want to be like, okay, let's save, and they get 15, right? It's not a situation you want to be in, but it's better to do that than to throw your guns away and have a extremely limited buy-up going to that next round. Now they have money to play with. George can drop, Hex can too. They can even just throw A1Ss on the ground for their teammates if they want to sacrifice the util, but we'll see what they decide to do at the end of the day. That is such a good play from Bowden, though. I mean, with the rifle this time, coming out, getting a couple with the Galil. Also, want to mention Rek, that long-range duel against the A1S with the Galil, at a disadvantage there, and he still hits his shots and takes down the flanking player in Walco. 15-3 for ATK, 12 rounds to close this one out, and against a slightly limited EG buy-up and tons of money available to them because they've carried on some of these guns for a couple of rounds.
Swisher's already so far up. Rush might get caught just trying to get back out the door. I don't think he's going to realize Swisher's in this position already.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
He's through. Rush is a dead man. There it is. First body drops. This is 10 rounds in a row for ATK to get to this point. Walco might be sandwiched, might be pinched in here. This is a tough one. Hex finds some space outside of Monster, but it's tough to operate off of this room. Walco, Molotov in. Bowden has to clear this. Bowden won't. Now they know. The approach back in from Hex. Hex takes down Swisher, so okay, this recovery has been good. They're trying to keep them at bay. Junior connects with that scout. He's got reinforcements here, and he's taking them down. George, timing is great. DJ looking for damage now. Wants to try and limit them going forward. Plenty of money here for ATK. DJ's got 40 seconds to operate. I guess he could just go for the save.
He doesn't have to, but I get it. You know, Mistim and Rek are a little limited, so maybe he wants to give them a gun.
It's the long-term strategy for his own economy, but if he finds one more kill here, I think it's probably worth trading out his rifle. Hard to judge, though. It depends on the philosophy. And DJ, well, maybe thought he would get a player rotating up Con and be able to flank him out. Yeah. It looks like he was really committing into that one kill.
This will be the first. Yep.
He can't do is die after time.
Yeah. Which is begging the question why he's putting himself in a position where he might. But luckily for him, no one's here, and he does keep the A1S, and will drop that likely immediately for Rek. There it goes. And now they get a pretty much full-on buy-up. That's going to come through for them. So that was another round where, as I mentioned, they were carrying over guns from a couple of rounds ago. Here's the op in Bowden's hands. 3 AKs and the A1S, and still no op for Junior, although he was very good with the scout in the previous round. This time, he's going to go with the A1S.
They couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it. No one had enough money, even if they were going to sacrifice to pick up the big green, so it's a bit of a trouble. Swisher, he'll take some damage for trying to gain his aggressive positioning, but he does get it. They don't put anyone with him. This time, that's a duel outside. No. Junior not able to finish it off, but now he does. And he goes back for it. That's a massive play from Junior. Shuts down the AWP, takes some control. This is what he was doing in the first half, netting the opening kills. They have to seal the deal this time, of course. But it's looking very good for these evil geniuses.
Yeah, and you can look at Junior and say, oh, he's not performing as well as he has in past maps, which is true, but I can't point my finger at him and say that he's the reason why EG have been struggling. Far from it.
Top of the board right now by a long shot. Junior can take a third in this round, asserting himself here, locking down this whole section of the map. They've committed so much to just killing him, and finally DJ will be able to do so, and a second as well.
Oh, and space on B.
They don't expect Swisher out. Oh, so fortunate his crosshair wasn't on the angle. Hex gets lucky. The rotation in 40 seconds, a chance to try and make something of this. DJ is going to try and force in towards that B site. They know he was last outside of A. They might be sticking around here. If DJ can catch Hex isolated, there's a chance for a bomb plant.
DJ pushing up here, 18 seconds left. As you mentioned, if Hex gets caught out, it's a chance for that plant, but oh no, DJ flubs the molly. Hex gets away, 10 seconds left, no time for DJ. He's going to get the frag, maybe, but that will be all.
They're waiting.
And he just needs to go down. Yeah. George does manage to take him down, and that's tough.
That's a nice discipline, though, from EG to avoid even one casualty there. Their money is going to take some maintaining. Still limited. It's not quite growing up yet. It's sprouting a bit, but it's more like a bonsai tree right now as opposed to a healthy oak.
I know it's still early, Mike, but I feel like EG have got something here.
That's about 5 rounds early for me to get interested.
I'm being a little bold in my
all right, John's putting down some stakes.
Here,
what's your bet? What are you staking?
I don't know. Do I need to stake something?
You're gonna have to give me one of your knives if you're wrong, and if you're right, I'll give you a pat on the back. Sound good?
No, that sounds terrible. So let's not do that. That's terrible stakes.
I don't know. Those seem extremely
for more skin in the game,
my
Mike.
part. Junior gets himself the first. He's got Walco for support. This one should be a bit of a cleanup. All right, Rack. All right, Rack. Any further damage? No. What you got, missed him? Just a Glock. Show us your own John Wick play. Nope, not gonna happen here. Rush puts him down. And that's a good round for EG. Healthy, the AWP lives through, the rifle can certainly be dropped. 3 AKs taken into the next. EG, they're not going to have the excuse that they never got a proper gun round. Now, they have to pull off 9 of them in a row from this point onwards, but at least they get a chance to show us this CT side. Yeah,
and Junior with the AWP finally will be a very scary customer. We'll see how ATK deals with him. He's likely going to be playing towards long A. Maybe they'll just avoid it entirely, but it looks like they might have some presence at this point. 4 players inching in this direction, now only 3. And Junior's aggressive. He's into playground with that AWP, and he's got one onto Rec immediately. That's all he needed. Now he can fall back, go back to the A site, stay in long bathrooms, whatever the choice may be. It's a good one. Rush gets a second onto DJ, and now Walco's going on flank. Junior manages to catch off Bowden as well. This is all perfect for Evil Geniuses. 5v2.
The plan seems to have been to take Junior out of the round early on. He was playing out towards long. Or maybe they expected the AWP to shift around, not play the same position 2 rounds in a row. Whatever it was, not quite correct. Oh, that was a disgusting shot, Swisher. But it's only the one that they get in the round. It's a good bit of aim. But not enough to make this interesting.
Yeah, and someone can drop the AWP there for Junior. There he goes. And 3 AKs now on the defensive end, along with the AWP of Junior. Another map point. Let's not forget ATK had 12, well, starting at 15-3, of course, 12 opportunities to close this one out. It's now narrowed down a little bit to only 8. Still a lot of time left. Unfortunately for them, probably not going to be on this round. We've seen some crazy ecos, though. 4 deagles, a couple of nades.
Are these 2 HEs? They're playing together.
Yep.
This could be a dunk strat. Actually, in towards the barrels would be interesting here.
Seems
That's exactly what they're doing. There it is. Hex down to 2 HP. Oh, he is very lucky to be alive right now. A little bit of a dunker back the other way, but Hex looking worse for the wear. 1 bullet will do him in. Missed him out of play. They don't know. It's not confirmed damage just yet, though. Missed him might have an inkling after seeing Hex in that general area.
Especially after the return nade, right?
Yeah. Bit of an idea here. Problem is they may never get a chance to capitalize, right? Hex can hide for most of this round, and his teammates are able to do the work.
Not enough firepower. They reroute to the A site. Rec could catch one off here. Walco's peeking around this corner. Rec's pretty good with the... yeah, no. Walco takes care of him. And then Walco gets the second after that. A 4K for the IGL of EG into this round. And an 8th picked up for them. They are 2 rounds away from picking up double digits. And finally, a timeout has been called here.
I like the idea. Love the nade stack. Even if it had worked out and they'd gotten the kill on Hex. Probably still a very good B hold, because presumably then you accelerate behind it thinking you've killed one of the defenders, and I think there were 3 players still present.
Yeah. It's still a tough take, but I do agree that was a decent idea from them.
But now you got it with the rifles. So let's see what we've got. No HEs, so no nade stacks coming through. They've gotten decimated by Junior at the beginning of these last few rifle rounds. They just run into the AWP and been unable to survive contact. So do they avoid the op? Do they try and specifically punish the op? That's, I think, the query for ATK to discuss in that timeout is how do we want to approach Junior? If we take him out of play without too much casualty, we've got a very good chance at the round. But that's a big ask.
It's a huge ask.
He's here towards construction. He's got the right read. Swisher wants to fight with him, and Swisher, if he peeks this with no util, might just be a dead man. Junior's bringing it to him. That's not a kill. That's not a kill. It caught the edge, so Swisher will live, and now they know the op's not here. But the aggressive party play is Walco was set up for that. Once they show the op, yeah, she expected them to accelerate this direction. It's a great predictive play. Here's Con, could catch him.
Jeez.
But Walco's finding a fine bit of form here. And he will delete player on top of the shelves. Rush has the shadow advantage on this fight. Missed him, will give it away as a result. This is another non-starter of a rifle round. ATK just completely unable to get anything going here.
Yeah, they still got a lot of time left, but they lost all their engagements. Not a single bit of damage done EG's way either. Swisher hanging around in T-spawn. Maybe they're already calling for the save at this point, given how poorly things have gone and their economy's also not that good. DJ's got the op in his hands, and yeah, they're just going to save for the last 35 seconds of this round. Evil Geniuses on to 9. Oh boy. Now it's really starting to get a little bit scary for ATK.
A little spooky, shall we say?
They do have...
little haunting.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Ooh, the chase is on. Don't get caught after time, guys. Oh, that's one after time. That's going to hurt. That's going to sting. Swisher without... At this point, EG are happy to lose the capital just to get one rifle out of play and make it a little easier into the next. So now you've got a weird situation. You're going to have to basically force here. It's not good.
No, they have to force. They have to buy up what they can because it doesn't make sense for them to go for a half buy in the situation with Swisher only at 750. So they're going to try and buy up around this op. If you look at the EG, you're right. They don't care about losing those guns. They've got... I think they had 12K on 2 players going to this round, 10K for George. There's no problem with the economy on the CT side at this point with how many rounds they've won in a row. 6 in a row, and they haven't really been that challenged on a lot of those rounds, which is why the economy looks so very good. Alrighty. Timeout's ended. And are they actually not going to go for this buy-up? Interesting. Okay, so they decide to go for the half buy instead, and Swisher's just going to save all his money. Not the expected call, but it could work out for them. I mean, they've got the rounds to absorb here. It's just that the economy is so weird, Mike. And DJ with the op, too.
Clean with the ping. Why not? Why not let the man op?
Let's see.
Saw op or rush last night. Ready for op or DJ. Suspect he's picked it up a time or two more.
I think I feel better about op or DJ than op or rush. Sorry. I'm sorry, Rush.
So rude.
It's nothing personal. It's just true.
Man. Well, it seems like they're going to find the opera on the other side. But this time, Junior's holding pretty far back. He's got Walco for support out towards long. Stack in towards B. It's pretty much the way they like to play these rounds. It's a bit of the default. There's no molly to clear at the back of Dice, but there are some flashes to make him uncomfortable. They could pressure. Excuse me, explode play. They got all the way up without issue. So Junior dodges that flash very ably. It doesn't connect at all. He's able to fall away. Now you've got the threat of Walco out towards long. A bomb plant's possible here, but they really need to kill Walco.
They're going to get the plant. Maybe?
Through the box. Junior pops one. Nade finishes it. Bomb does go down, so that's a bit of a coup in this round. Now let's see what DJ can do with his AWP, because they haven't found any real damage yet. That's a massive one to find. So sure, run down. Rack picks up this gun towards long. find out. Bracket. Oh, Hex. There it is. Now they can fight towards the bomb. Now they can fight towards the site. They need to check it. They need to check it. Uh-oh. Junior hits the shot. The defuse is on. And while they make it so expensive, they can't seal the deal on the round.
Wow, so close. What an effort there from DJ to try and deny them. But Junior, a better shot with the op. He actually has been really quiet. They didn't really need him over the last few rounds. He was stuck at 21 frags for a while, but then he gets 2 important ones there to keep his team in it. ATK, with that limited buy-up, did a lot. It actually works out very well because they get the $800 from the bomb plant. Swisher can buy up again, no problem, and their economy is healthy enough to get a full-on buy-up, even though they don't win the round, and they also do damage to the economy BG, although at this point it's still not really a factor. 1:39 on the clock, round number 26, ATK looking to get into this B site. Molotov from Miston, likely going right onto the site proper, and there it goes. George hits it through the smoke, Mike.
That's massive. I mean, that's a massive find, and now they're going to take the space, and the bomb's under threat, and Swisher didn't expect that. Didn't expect that at all. Knife out, caught. Hex takes it. They're in so much trouble. The full stack read, a massive gamble, just leaving Junior to defend A. But it's worked out. It's worked out beautifully. And now, actually, they're rotating off. ATK is predicting this might have happened. They want to come back in towards B, into the vacuum that's been created, but they're still hexed, and there's still Walco sticking around. Smoke's going to come out. This is timely. 50 seconds. Here's the execution. They have to clear out this toxic player. They know he's here. The timing is perfect on the peak. So Rec lost. Now, what do they have? DJ and Bowden. That's a ripper of a shot from DJ. 40 seconds to get this bomb planted. While the smokes are still up, that's the advantage. They know. Oh, Walco was spotted, jiggling the angle. The op finds him. DJ takes it further. It's all under Junior. How has this been the collapse? Junior, you've had some banging rounds. You need another huge one here to keep your team alive. It's all dissolved around him. And as he comes around for the peak, the elbow will be seen first. Bowden's got the read. Bowden's got the spot. Bowden's got the shot! And we're going on to map 2 in the unlikeliest of rounds. In a limited situation, losing the first 2 picks, down 3v5. My hair going wild, and the round does as well.
That was a 2v5 actually, Mike. It was just DJ and Bowden.
God.